Four gentlemen, I think there is. Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? Excellent. It's great to see you all. Some new faces, some old faces. I don't mean that in a obviously a horrible way. Welcome to the beautiful Square Tower for Paris Spirit's exclusive intimate evening of psychic mediumship with the UK's #1 psychic medium. Derek, I don't really need to give him an introduction really, because you all know what he's all about. Great pleasure to work with me. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So without further ado, please put your hands together and give a great big warm welcome to Derek Acorah.
It's fantastic to be in lovely Portsmouth again, to be in a lovely venue, the Square Tower. The last time I was here, I like to think that the evening demonstration, a number of people went away very happy, because they told me, thank God. And I hope for likewise this evening, if not more. Because since I've been here, the feelings that, in actual fact, I've said to a couple before, some of you didn't hear it, I'm standing up in the next floor with Dale, Sean, a number of other people, and suddenly I turned, and there's a young spirit girl that's in front of me, and she waved, and she looked a nice, lovely smile. And I don't believe now that she is belonging to any of you here. What I do believe is that she goes back in time, but she was greeting us, so that's not a bad sign. She's not likely to come forward, she may do, I don't know, but we'll have to see. What I've come here to try and achieve and do is to join with you, with your energy, okay, and your love that's contained in your heart and in your minds. That's what's attracted your loved ones from the world of spirit. That's what attracts them here time and time again, back to you because they still love you, back to you because love is not perishable. I found that out in all the years I've been working with spirit. That's what keeps me working for spirit. The idea that there is another place after here. That your loved ones are safely in a beautiful, beautiful area of life that they've never witnessed before. For you to witness in time to come. When you join your loved ones, make no mistake about it, that is what the life cycle is. I trust it, I believe it, I live it, I work it. And if I do all those things, it means that I'm totally committed. I hope tonight that the ones you do get, I hope there's a lot of you, I can't tell, no meeting can, that you receive in grace the connection with a loved one, whether it's the nearest and dearest, or whether it's a distant relative or relatives, or even maybe a friend. No one can tell who's going to go forward. It's not scripted, there's nothing. It's happening at the moment. And I hope that you enjoy what those loved ones will say to you. For those who've never been to a demonstration before, you're likely to expect probably high emotions at times. You'll also maybe expect laughter as well, because the world of spirit does not contain mundane. So they still have laughs and jokes. They still retain their personality. Your mums, your dads, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, they stay exactly the same. Their mannerisms, the way they used to speak, they will speak that way to me. And I will try my best to deliver what they're saying in their manner. I'll not add to or take away from anything that is told me. In other words, I won't mess about with it. You'll get the purity of the message that was given to me to give to you. Okay? The only other obstacle, and it's not here, I know, not lovely Portsmouth, but in some places where you go, you get a lot of people who are a little bit reluctant to give of themselves. Now what I mean by that is, suddenly a person will get shocked you come to them, and they might get a little bit flummoxed and they'll say, oh, I'm not sure about, or they'll not remember something. Don't worry about that, because that irons itself out along the way. The good thing tonight also is there's no microphone, so I don't have to ask you to talk loud in the microphone. Because honestly, what I've experienced in 38 years, it's on the road, one time, is people even to this day, in some theatres, the microphones go everywhere. Don't they, guys? And And even when they get it up there, they don't speak, they just... So we haven't got that out of school. All I need from you is your cooperation. If you know, as I'm talking, who's with me at that time, if you know in your heart and your mind that this could be a loved one of yours, please don't be afraid to say so. Speak out, shout, Derek, I think that's for me. It will speed the process up. If you stay quiet, and if a person will not relate to a loved one, that's so upsetting for the spirit person. Now, sometimes I'll tell you the reason why some people might not, I've got to tell you, is that if a person goes over to God's kingdom, the spirit world, before the time, meaning if they're drastic things like murder, to a degree sometimes suicide, their family, who could be in the audience, might be so still hurting that they become, if you go to, they become so like numb. And we've got to take that into consideration. Okay? But now and again you do get people who will not, no matter what you say to them, they'll wait to the end of the demonstration, and after most shows, I'll do silence and speak to people, and they'll come up to me and then tell me that person is for them. I say, well, why? Why didn't you relate? I was too scared. Why didn't you? I don't want people to know my business. You get all this. Let me tell you, mediumship is not mind reading, okay? When we finish the demonstration, it's not in there anymore. It's quite clear for me. Alright? So if there's any personalised things going on in a connection, please take that into account. Please don't deny your loved one. It's very hard for them to come. And can you imagine what it must be like to them when you receive a message? How glowing are you inside? It's the same for them. If you turn them back, they get greatly saddened. Sometimes they'll say, when someone will be rejected, I'm not coming back here again, I'm not going to do it. I hear it. And that saddens my heart. Anyway, I've gone through it all. The last thing, we all want to get started. When I start talking, I know it's on a small platform, of course, but when I start talking in this direction, because my guide has the spirit of wants coming in this way. If I start talking in this direction, I'm not talking to anyone behind the curtains. I'm not schizophrenic. Don't think I am anyway. And I'm talking to my guide, Sam. And he comes into it when a loved one has difficulties in communicating. He will talk to them and he'll get the information. So that's what's going to happen, okay? Any of you lovely people have never been to a demonstration before? You've all been to, a couple of you. Right. I'm aware of it. Right, we're going to start the evening, bless. I've got the attention of a lovely, it's nice to see the gentleman as well. There's a gentleman spirit step forward here. I'm not getting a voice with him yet, but I can see him very clearly. And sometimes they'll let me know through mind, okay, on the psychic side, certain things about themselves. And I know this man went down. I'll use the word like this. He went down like a stack of bricks and didn't get off again. So I'm taking that, that this man had a massive heart seizure. I'm also being aware that the man knew nothing about this. It just happened. He wasn't getting a warning sign or signal. It just, bang, happened on him. And he passed there and then. So it showed his spirit. He had quite a long time, is that right? Long time in the sleep state over there to forget the way he went over, because no doubt he must have been so upset if he had a wife, children, to leave them so rapidly. I know a little bit more about him. I'm still not getting his voice, so you talk to him, please. He looks not too young. The way he's shown himself, I'd say this man would have been in his 60s. Still young, probably leading from the middle 60s on. I don't feel he would have got to 70. I'm also guessing the name William with him. William. Can I speak to you, please? Right. Now, William, I don't know whether he liked to be called Bill. Yeah. Because I get the feeling as I'm saying William, but I want to say Bill. And he's come here, and what I can tell you about him, he seems to be so confident and so happy to be here. All right? I feel he's tried this before. Yes? So he's gaining in confidence the more he does this. He's also, I heard that. He's just said, when I was travelling here today in the car, he came to me, but I couldn't hear him. He actually come to me in the car, but I couldn't hear him. Can't put the engine on. And he's just done this on me. Now, I know what he's planning to do, bless him. He's actually going to follow you back, okay? He's not going to go straight back over to the Holy Spirit yet. He's talking also, please, about a man that he's met in the world of spirit who suffered with a cancer, who would have known Bill. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And he's with him a lot.
Oh, no, it's his brother.
This is his brother.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, that brother's with him, okay? There's also, darling, did you lose a dog?
Yeah.
Because it's like Bill saying here, I've been having a great time with the dog.
Yeah.
Okay? The dog's full of the spirit as well, you know, in the lovely animal kingdom. So Bill and his brother must go into the animal kingdom and play with him.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah.
So I said, just to tell the girls, the dog is as fit as a fiddle now. All right?
Yeah.
But he hasn't brought the dog here, because if he had, I'd see it. Okay, he hasn't brought it, okay, he just wants to talk about it. Also, well, just recently, in the family, was there some kind of, it's not mine, was there some kind of calamity? What would he mean by the calamity? I'll ask. Was there a misunderstanding between two people in the family, just of recent, where one is thinking one way and the other's thinking another?
Always in our family.
Because William is saying to my God, I've come to sort that out. I don't want that happening. Okay?
Yeah.
Before he goes back, he'll make sure he does get that sorted. So there'll be some kind of peacemaking going on shortly. You won't have to lift your fingers, okay? He's onto the subject. Okay? He wants me also to suggest this, or say it. Did someone want to go on holiday and they've had to change their mind or they can't go? Do you understand what he's saying? Well, in his opinion, this family member can go. And he'll make sure, is it the woman? He said, I'm going to make sure she does go on it. All right, so what's it? They're changing, okay? They can move mountains when they want, you know. Got the sex of power. It's lovely. Some people say to me, when it's time for you, Derek, you get caught. Look, I've got no qualms. I love my wife, I love my children, I love my grandchildren, I love my animal. But the boss wants to take me, he takes me. I know where I'm going. Okay? I'll do all kinds of things that they've told me that they do. I'm going to do all those things that the spirit people have told me they can do. I've got a list a mile long. I'll be doing it, coming across the Vale, travelling for no money. Places. Best class when I want. Best of hotels. I won't go into the spas where the ladies are. That's going to draw the line. I won't do that. Yeah, oh, really. Bless. Yes. Is he smile? He's not meaning you two, lovely, it's okay. But who's not taking the medication properly? It's a family member? Elder? He's not happy about that. So maybe he's going to do something about that as well. And the easy way for him to do is just go to that person in the sleep and stay a couple of times. Now I've got to take these tablets properly. When you wake up, it will come to the mind and they've got it. He's planted it in there. So watch. Okay? It's out of the way, okay? He's going to step back. He knows there's a lot of spirit people here, okay? He just keeps on saying to tell you, I love you both. I love you both. And you don't don't have any worries for him, okay? He's having a ball. And remember, you can only be in one world at a time. He can be from there to there. He just thought he's got the best of both worlds.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, full of lilies. Is that her name? I got Florrie, who used to like to get called Flo. Florrie, that's Florence, is it? Yeah. But she liked it. Can I speak to you, please? Right. I want to say Flo, actually, rather than Florrie or Florence. And she's coming. Now, this Flo that's with us here, I feel a lady of standing in the sense that in her fit years and what have you, this lady would be fair of heart, fair of mind, but if she had to say something, you'd get it between the eyes. She'd be just very honest.
Yeah.
And she brings that personality in here. Very nice lady, very charitable-hearted as well, okay?
Yeah.
But with her, it's tries to give me, was there a is that in her estimation? Okay. Was there a state of confusion, I don't know if you know this, around the time of Flo's passing?
Yes.
Because she's mentioning this. And to this day, she still herself hasn't fathomed it out. But you know the answers.
Yeah.
Tell her. Do you not want to? You don't have to, you don't want to, but it would help. You say to your words.
She may have been pushed to her death by her family member.
No. No, love. She's going to tell you no. She slipped. That's what she's coming for. It's okay, it's all right. She wants everyone to know this truth, okay? All right? She fell, she slipped. Okay? She was not pushed. However, something else she's saying to me now. Prior to her coming down, there was someone around her that she was in what we call heated debate.
Yeah.
And she said, I knew what the intentions were, but it didn't happen the way this family member wanted.
Right.
So, is that the way of vindicating this person? The opposite? Whatever. She fell. Now, this family member's still to the earth.
Yes.
When that family member is ready to come over to Flo's side,
Yeah.
they have to sit down opposite each other. That's God's law, universal law. And Florrie will then, so to speak her mind
Yeah.
and replay what happened just prior to.
Yeah.
And she has to have what we call a spiritual apology from the intent which was not carried out. And only then will justice be served. She said also, and she does remind him, isn't it? Since her passing, she spent a lot of time. She heard that word an awful lot in these family members talking about hauntings and this, that, and the other. She said, I virtually have haunted. She said, I've woken them up. I got things off the worktop in the kitchen so many times.
Oh, my mum is going to love that.
And she said, I'm still not stopping.
No, keep going, Florrie.
All right? So her justice will be met, okay? said to my guy, I've come alone. I'm just by myself. I've come here purposely to get this off her. I'll tell you, Mum, okay?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, she's talking about someone less. She's talking very caringly about a gentleman who must be over that side called George.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And she said, prior to coming here, I was speaking to lovely George.
Oh.
And she must have said, I'm going across, do you want to come? And he must have declined it, he must be busy on something. They are busy, we do things over there, you see. We're industrious. So, he must have said, which they do, well, if you get through, say hello for her.
Oh.
Okay? Yeah. And she also intimates me that George actually comes across the Vale and visiting family members as well, okay? At times when he wants.
Yeah.
He's been doing a bit of travelling. Yes. Can you, oh, I will. Have you been speaking to her? I'll say. Can you say to your mum, when you speak to your mum,
Yeah.
that Flo has not only bumped into her, she's spoken to her on a number of occasions in the world of spirit. Tell your mum, Mrs. Mills.
Right.
She's saying, you don't know who Mrs. Mills is, but your mum does.
Yeah.
She was a neighbour,
Right. I will do.
and she said, she's okay.
Okay.
But she can't call her her first name, she won't let her. I'm Mrs. Mills to you. Can you tell your mum that?
Oh, well,
Because that's the way she was.
Yeah.
She hasn't changed one iota. Flo said, I've got to call her Mrs. Mills, I can't call her by her first name. It's not much different in the world of spirit, the way we act, I'll tell you. Yes. And the lovely girl next to you,
Yeah.
darling, according to Flo, you'll be in a dentist chair by the middle of next week.
Oh, great.
Take that seriously, okay, in a sense. Even if you've not had a cavity or pain, when they make this quote, see, they pick up things, you see.
Yeah.
So, wait and see.
Okay.
But she said, all will be well.
Oh, okay. Thanks,
And then there's not much pain. Oh, bless. Okay, bless you. She's going right to your mother now, this Flo.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And maybe she'll do something around your mum before. Will you be going back to mum? Or
No, I will. I'm going to bring her as soon as I leave here.
she may tell you a couple of things are happening.
Yeah.
Just tell it's Flo.
Yeah.
But she's leaving right now. She's going to stay here. She's going right to your mum. It's okay.
I will do.
All right, love.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Bless her, bless her, bless her. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've got a lovely spirit lady stepped into the atmosphere, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm instructed right away, because my ears went blank as if I'd been deafened, as if I was deaf. This lady was deaf. Was it a long deafness throughout her life? No, she lost her hearing, okay? And then virtually she did lose her hearing. But I feel she was it's like as if she adapted to it very well. And maybe her other senses become stronger. But she comes here in a very loving way. I feel a very caring lady. If someone was down in the luck and she walked past them, she'd always get a purse out and, come on, only have a cup of tea. Really lovely person. But with her, I feel as if she passed over. Not in a strange way, but it's like she gives me a sense of feeling that she died alone. In other words, she was found. Is there someone here, please, who's of her family, that had a family member, a lady, I'll tell you more about it in a minute, who was found, already passed over in a, this lady?
Yeah.
Can I speak to you then?
Yeah.
Thank you. Would this be a grandmother of yours?
Yeah.
Because I feel grand's here, love, okay? And it's like, I've got to tell you exactly, they are very happy, but because of a grand's love and a mum's love, the women folk have a tendency to get all choked up when they see and hear their loved ones. And she's a little bit emotional, okay? She's just thrilled to be here. She said these words about, it's very difficult to do this, you know. She's found it difficult, but at least she's stuck with it. She said, and she got here very early today. That's why she's so up the queue.
Yeah.
Very determined lady, okay? Determined. And with that, okay, thank you. Was she found in her home, in her own bed, please?
Yeah.
Because this is what she gives me.
Yeah.
And it was, oh, this she wants me to tell you. Now she knows, you know, what it's like over there. It said she went to sleep, and the next thing, it was like a second or two later, she's somewhere else. She was moving at speed. Then she saw the light, then she saw a bigger light. Then she saw family members all waiting for her. And she couldn't believe it. It's like she raced to them. And they explained, they sat her down and explained that she's still alive. Yeah, I am. But she was doing this to herself. And then he took her to the sleep station restoration, and they all waited around. She came out of that, and she felt like a young woman when she came out of it. And she wants you to know this. She's chosen, okay, to go back in look of age. And her happiest times, what she's saying and pointed out to you, were probably around 30 or 31, 32. That's what she looks like now. And every woman and every man has the opportunity to go back if you are of great age over there, okay? That's your choice. That's one of the best things on offer. Alright? Know what I'm going to do. I go over at the time, I believe the boss has got ready for me. I'm going to go back to when I was 35. Some great years. My wife says she wants to go back to, she's 28. That'll do me. Let the good times roll in. Sorry, I'm not being crude. Well, I go like that when we talk about it. Anyway, stop being crude now. Sorry. She doesn't mind. She's okay. Why she's asking you, I don't know, because ones generally don't have to ask, but she is asking. I take it this is the first time that your lovely friend should come through and something like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I feel she's new at it.
Yeah.
She's got the hang of it though, first time, and she'll do it many more times. Yes, well that's it, that helps an awful lot.
Yeah.
It's transition anything, because she believes it's easy. It's like I say, well, I expected, yes. I didn't quite expect it to be so good. All right? So she comes through in a very happy way. And then she just said, oh, ask them, get a nip back later on. I want to be with you. Spend a bit of time around you. Before she was back over. All right? You'll know she's there. She'll make all kinds of noises and stuff. Okay? Oh, the love that she's like trying to throw it to you. It's gorgeous. I don't know, I'll say it, thank you. Sorry, I'm not coming into your home looking at things, so we don't remote view. But she showed me something. You know, wherever your television is in a particular room,
Yeah.
is the television, right behind the television, is the curtains?
No,
Not at all.
not behind the TV.
Okay, where are the curtains in close proximity to the television?
If you look at the telly straight, they'd be on your right.
Right answer. Because what she's trying to indicate is she is going to try her best, okay, that when you get back home, okay, she will try her best to try and get you to see something around those curtains, okay?
Okay.
So just hone in on the curtains. Don't make yourself a cuppa. Let's see what she does. All right. And remember, don't go, oh, if you see like something, because it's your gran, not a stranger. All right? Did Gran know, here we go, thank you. Did Gran know Sarah? A lady called Sarah? To your knowledge?
Don't know.
Whoever Sarah was, I think your Gran knew her, and she's bumped into her a few times, and she didn't like her when she was here. She still doesn't like her over there. She avoids her like the plague. Not to do with that Sarah. So I don't know what she was to her. Certainly wasn't family. Maybe she knew her, she crossed your Gran's pathway of life. Maybe she did it to Sarah, so I don't know. But she said it anyway very clearly. All right. Anyone? No? Just a second. Well, I can't do much about that. This is on you. It's over here. Okay. No, it wasn't. It was the chap through there. I had to tell you if it was there, I'd soon tell you. And I'd be out of here. So please take her love, okay?
Happy birthday to her too.
Oh, she's there, it's okay. Doing this to you. Ladies and gentlemen, lovely ladies. Sometimes, I think to myself, the lovely people out there can feel the love up here, and the depth of it is far deeper than what you seem to portray when you're in the company of a family member that's still living on this plane of life. It's a deeper, far deeper thing. And see what you're. I make new friends every night. Very fortunate man. There's been the occasion one who didn't like me. Yeah, there's one man, he's a bully in life anyway. He come on the stage, as a theatre, I won't say where, but it wasn't the South. And he always said, I don't like that suit you got on. So I said, oh really? So what? I said, I wasn't happy with your attire either. So we're having a right old go at each other. Anyway, I said, well, who have you come to? And his son was out, and it's just like my dad. My dad just, my dad all over. He hadn't changed one iota. So I had to take I was the whipping boy that night from that. In the end, so get lost. And I'd be friends. I'm sorry I've got a sense of humour. This is me. Thank you, bless you. Thank you. Oh, very. Yeah. Now there's okay, he looks good. We've got a man who's stepped forward. He does look younger than what I've been told his age. I've been told his age. It was either 30 or 31, but to me, he had more youthful looks than that. So maybe 23 or 24. But anyway, that's what I've been told by my guy. With him, I feel again we have a situation where this young man didn't know he was coming over to the world of spirit, not carrying an illness or anything like that. And what I've just been told by my guide, it's like as if he seemed to foolhardily sped faster and faster on the motorbike, and he just came off it, he collided, and he damaged his ear so badly that he survived, bless him, for a period of time, but the damage to the cranial, the brain area was too severe, and I don't know whether he was on support. Was he on support mechanism? He was. Okay. So he was on a support mechanism, and then he turned it off because of the damage. Now, I've not got a name. He's here with me, and yet the feelings I get later, I don't feel as if we've got the nearest and dearest here in the States tonight. Is it someone that's known him? Is there someone here, please, that is aware of a young man of that age that passed over after an horrific accident of some kind linked with a motorcycle? Is it your good self?
Yeah.
Okay, can I speak to you?
Yeah.
this, okay? Again, I know it seems for me to repeat myself, sometimes I have to. To me, he looked younger than what he was, in look. He wasn't family, was he? I didn't feel the family members were here, okay? And with him, please, he's spared, so I'm not saying he's blaming himself, but he knows, because of the speed he was going, he was a chancer. And that was his, fall down. May I ask you how you know him?
My husband and him were friends.
Oh, so that's what it was, the link. Well, maybe the reason why he's come through because he's known your husband might not be here, but maybe you'll pass the message on to your hubby.
Yeah.
I do know the way he's indicated that he's visited your hubby a number of times. Or he's come around, so he's been around your home.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not caused any, just come and sort, have a look, see what's going on and where your hubby is. But I feel he wants to, the thing I get with him, he wants to do something for your hubby. Can you ask him, please, what it is he wants to do for a husband? Okay, I'll say it. The good lady will know. So, again, I'm not infringing in your personal details, I won't do that. But after I just asked my guide, and he's asked, around whatever your husband does for his living, his work or whatever, is he having problems at the moment? I'm sorry to ask that question. Is there problems around this?
It's a bit quiet at the moment.
Pardon?
The business is a bit quiet at the moment.
And he's been a little bit about it.
Yeah.
I feel that's why he's drawn close to him, okay? And maybe he's thought this out in the world, and he's going to do something, okay, that may help the situation. So just watch. And he will do it, his plan is to do it. So maybe there's going to be a prayer, just let it happen. We can do these things, it's very, all the things I'm going to do. But people don't, there's family and friends, they're down, ooh, well, roll my sleeves up, cool on. So, I feel like your lovely hubby, your husband, when you see things changing, to send the thoughts out to him, okay? He's also told my guys it took him a little while to get used to being over there in the way he went over. And I think there's a short fuse in his personality, meaning that he could get angry when he wanted to, yeah? And he vented off at the hierarchy over there. What am I doing over here? I'm too young. Whose idea is this? He hit them up question after question. And they said, well, look, you've always taken a chance with that speed you were going. He's got used to it now. And he just says something like, tell him not to worry. He's not going to follow you back tonight, okay? Just tell you what he said, okay? All right. Yeah, he's happy. What? He said, go and have a good laugh. And I said, on what? And he said, when you go home, will you say to your lovely hubby, what's he done to his leg?
Okay.
See what he says. And he'll say, how did you know that? Tell him, just told me. So whatever happens, just, I don't know, why you've been out, I don't know. Something to do with the leg. Your husband will go bonkers. Okay. Look right, probably. By the way, how does your hubby feel here? Are you coming here tonight?
He's alright.
Is he open-minded?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be even more open-minded if he's still sitting around him, okay? All right. So, take his thoughts, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier on, the medium has no say, because I've heard people say, it's like, oh, that's unfair, that lady's like, we don't choose it, it's who comes through. And it is important to him for you to get the message to you, okay? I've got two lovely ladies, two lovely spirit ladies coming in, and I do feel they're sisters, because sometimes Sam will play me that in mind, if there's sisters about. I've just got that. Now with these two sisters, I would say they looked alike, some sisters don't. They certainly don't look like twins, but you can see they're sisters. And there wasn't much difference in age and time of passing between both of them. I've got to point that out. So like one passed, then quite quickly the other passed also. Maybe in that first year of each other. They're joined at the hip, so to speak, as you can see, they're very happy together. They must have been very happy sisters. It's difficult to get the names because I'm not getting the voice yet of either of them. I can see them. They both look as if they definitely got into their middle to if not late 70s. Maybe one of them got to 80, but that's what I see with them. I've got to say this, I'm being told. Okay, thank you. These two lovelies are over in spirit with lovely John. So John must be connected to them. So whoever's got John in the family and two sisters, it'll be you. I don't know where we are in the audience with this. So, okay, let's concentrate on John. He's over there. He's not showing himself. They just talked to my guide about it. They're with John. Has someone please got a John in your family where two sisters were also with him? Now, pardon? Okay, right. Now, John must be someone that's connected to these sisters. Is that right? That's it. Now, would these two sisters be like aunts to you?
No, my mum would be
Your mum? Okay. Which of the ladies? Your mum and auntie? Yes, so I knew one was an auntie there. Which one was it, mum or the aunt, please, that had problems with the ear and around the mouth? Okay, you know when we talk when people wear dentures?
My mum wore dentures.
Yes. Did she at times used to curse them at times when they were... I get that feeling, you see, with it. Okay, so that's got to be your mum's lead and your aunt's. But I also want to say, again, they bring a feeling of, okay, I'll say it that way, son. Around your life at the moment, have you been worrying terribly over something? I don't want to pry into your business, you see, does it? If the person doesn't answer, then they'll give me more and it goes deeper, you see. Okay. Are you worried about someone's state of health at this moment? Not yours. Not really. But I want to tell you what they've just given me here. And it's not for you to worry about. It seems as if there's a scenario or a situation where you're going to hear very shortly, okay, about a family member. So it's got to be someone that's not too close, so to speak, who will be rushed into hospital conditions. And there's going to be one heck of a lot of worries about this person. Okay? What's first talked about or diagnosed after tests. But they've come as envoys to say this, it will not work out. They'll have diagnosed wrongly and they'll soon find out. And you're the key in the family. And this all, have you heard about it? You're the key. No, it's not what they diagnosed. All right? Wait and see. This could happen rapidly. When they do things like this, it could be days. Okay. But remember this also, please. This person is going to be okay. It is not their time of calling to the world of spirit. Not in a long time yet. Whoever it is, maybe it's going to shock a lot of people. Maybe it's a person that's a young child, you know. All right. They're going to be okay. God's not calling. And whoever the parasite is that diagnoses that something totally wrong, he'll get it in the neck. okay? Just call him a parasite. And I went home, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to look around. I'm not going to say it. It doesn't even come from our country. Sorry if anyone's offended, forgive me. Your mum didn't like Africans, did she? Okay. They get me home sometimes, eh? Thank you. Bless. Your mum and your aunt have been around you all over the weekend. They came here on Friday. So they've been around your home. Haven't you noticed anything unusual? Maybe they've not been loud. But now that they've got through to you, they're following you back before they go over. You'll get it tonight, okay? No, you'll come back. You know, you'll get their presents. It's about his very love stick, isn't it? When I said that, I looked back at the chapter and his eyes rolled. Stupid bitch. I'm only saying it like you're not any relative in Vanessa? Don't care. Thank you, bless you. So the stepping back, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, lovely lady. Right, there's a gentleman who's just stepped in. I believe, oh, he wants to say it, okay, bless him. He was fine about his passing. I got to 84. That was a good innings, you know. That's the way he's speaking at the moment. And he's talking about his career when he was here on the earth. He said, I had many years, he said, doing something I love doing. And I was a chef, you know. So, he's explained he was a chef. And not just a chef, a bloody good one. His words. So he was a chef. Everything went black. Everything went, what was that? Thank you, he had a stroke. Okay, so the gentleman that's here was a chef and he had a stroke. He survived the stroke, for how long I don't know, but even after the stroke and surviving it, he never got back to himself. He's made me aware of that. He was only like 75% back to the way he was, but he coped with that. I'm not sure whether he lost his looking wife to the world of spirit before himself, as I get this void in his life, whereas love was taken away from him. That's the feeling I get with him. He's also talking about, I don't know if he's talking about himself, but he's talking about someone called Ted. That's what he said, Ted. That's derivative from Edward, isn't it? I feel if it's Ted, that's what he wants to be called. I don't know where we are. Is there someone, please, who's in the here tonight that has got the memory of Ted? Or the chef that had a stroke? Got into his 80s? No? Well, if the person was here, Sam, they'd put their hands up, wouldn't they? There's a couple of empty chairs. Maybe the person doesn't pick up. Yes?
I know Ted, but I didn't know his brother.
Okay, well, it could be for you, so let's see. Okay. Are you aware of Ted, who you've got to know or heard of, was a chef?
I didn't know his very old life.
You only knew something?
He was my nan's brother. So
Okay.
he was like,
Nan's brother have a stroke at all?
So, yeah.
Okay. Would you have got into his 80s?
Yeah.
Okay. It could be yours. I can't be absolutely certain. Was his name Ted? Okay. Also, about this man that's with us, if I may say, and I don't know whether you have this information, forgive me, but he comes here quite a robust looking man, you know, in body weight. In other words, he was chubby. He's not yours then, because that's the way he showed it. Even in older life, he was quite, you know, I can see that with him, because that's how he showed himself. So, I'm not going to give you that if it's not for you, okay? Is there anyone else, please, before I'll have to get him to step back? I hate this stuff. Who's this? No, okay. I'll tell you what, tell him not to go out of the atmosphere, and in the second period, okay, if someone remembers, sometimes memory is a job, but that sounds like we'll bring him back. If he goes out of the atmosphere, you know what happens, he won't come back. Ask him what he do then. I'll tell you, he's very disappointed, by the way. I can see that in the way he is. But they cannot prevent, if they're coming to something like this and they know a family member or someone they know is going to be there, they cannot prevent that person, say for instance they don't come, they can't step in there and make that person come. If the person's ill, they can't turn that round. And they only find out when they actually come forward. But anyway, that's what we're going to do, alright? I think we're going to take a little break. It's time for the break. Is that okay? Have a little drink.
Someone already has.
It's not going to be in there. I will come back for the second period, okay? Not too long now, and we'll link with all these other lovelies that are here, okay? So stay with
Right guys, you're all good, all refreshed, yeah? You ready for the second half, yeah? But just before we start, I'll introduce Derek again. I'm not sure if any of you are aware of what I'm hoping that all of you will take part and participate in, is you might have seen it before the last internet event that we did here with Derek, that did anyone, because it did actually go viral, literally there was about 30,000 views of this. Does anyone know what I'm talking about apart from you? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Okay, you might have seen various different videos of Derek. He's done it alone, and he's also done it with, I remember you in the video, you was really good at some moves, yeah, so if you're willing to take part, it's going to be on film, okay? We're all, hopefully, in a very, very professional and expertise manner, okay, to dance along with Derek to the song Happy. If you don't want to participate, I will, and my team, okay, grab you by the arms and take you up there where it's very, very haunted. Turn off the lights and leave you on your own. Okay, so you have to take a part. I'm only joking. Just kidding. So we will be doing that at the end, guys, and it'll be brilliant if you all participate. Because like I said, it does go viral, and everyone, if you could share it as well, if you see the post on Facebook, etc., then it'll go even more berserk, should we say, okay, with hits. So I really appreciate that. Right. Again, please give a massive warm welcome to Derek Acorah.
Sure. Well, we're back for the second period, and you're all well rested and fresh. Yes, okay. Don't get started right away. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now joined very graciously by our next loving soul, it's a lovely lady, and I can see it clearly. The first impression she's trying to give me without actually speaking, maybe this is the first time she's tried this, but is that she remembers, bless her, certain things before she passed. And it's like as if, I might be slightly out with this, but you correct me if I'm wrong with this. This lady had some kind of an attack. Now, I'm not sure whether it was an asthmatic attack or it was caused her to have problems in the chest area with her breathing, and she remembers the coughing, non-stop coughing. She couldn't get her breath, and then she just went into this like silence. And she's just like gives me the impression of this calm, quiet area, place. And that was just before she left the physical body. So, and I feel this could have happened actually in her home, because I'm not getting an indication of hospitals or anything like that. Now, it could have been asthmatic attack, but it also could have been that the lady suffered with another condition that was with affected breathing. I'm trying to get exactly what that is. Okay. We know about emphysema, and it could have been that this lady actually suffered with. She looks to me as if she passed over. Most definitely she got into her 70s, maybe late 70s. Only a small build lady, and even into her older life, rather, not carrying a lot of weight. I also get an association to the lovely lady of the name Elizabeth. Elizabeth. So is there someone, please, that's got memory of Elizabeth, that either had the asthma and she had an attack, or it was emphysema, but it was like an attack with that, which actually took her over. And she's given, it's either her name or there's a link with Elizabeth she was wanting to link with. Has anyone got memory of that lovely lady? Ask her a bit more, please, son. I also, you know what, I feel as if I'm down here with this lady. Is there someone in this area who's got memory of Elizabeth?
I've got a sister called Elizabeth.
Okay, maybe there's such a... Are you a lovely lady in the world of spirit, linked to family, who had a condition that...
My mum died of cardiac lymphoma.
And what is that precisely?
It's like a heart attack, it's where cancer builds up in your heart.
Well, prior to your lovely mum, please, passing over, did she go into like fits of coughing and
Yeah,
chest?
lots of nasty breathing.
Yeah. But was mum in her 70s?
No, 60s.
No, she's not yours.
Okay.
That's the answer. I wish it was your mum, but I can't say if it's not. Is there someone on this side? Because I feel as if I'm here and I want to go back. An association with Elizabeth.
I've got an uncle Elizabeth, but I don't know when she died.
And Auntie Elizabeth.
Nana.
Oh, your nana.
But she coughed.
Okay.
She's not home as well.
She was at home. Okay. Was she in her 70s?
She was 85.
And you don't know about this condition.
No, she didn't.
And was your nana quite a slim lady?
She was at that age, yeah.
Yeah. She could be yours. Let's just check. I look at it for you. The disappointment through to her eyes is enormous. Oh, here's something. Oh, that's good. Oh, son. Your knowledge of your nana Elizabeth, was it recognised in the family that Elizabeth, in a, I say yes, in a marriage partnership, was she the boss in that partnership? And it was recognised in the family? Because she's given me the impression she's over with a partner. She was the boss here, and she's still the boss over there. Okay. She's saying something else. Forgive me. I want to go back in your family also. And wasn't there a history of a baby child lost to the world of spirit in the family link? Okay, the baby was not born. There was the loss of a child. And I feel it could be in your grand. I feel linked to her she's trying to give me. You would make calls later, couldn't you? Calls to family members?
Yeah.
And you can ask.
Yeah,
Okay. Find out if your nana, okay, carried a child, no matter if she had children, but lost a child within the pregnancy. Because my dad said she's really nice with a child that came over, but was not born. All right. A lot of people have to ask other people, to find this sort of old information. So I've got to accept that she is for you, okay? There's also, she gives me, where's another one? Oh, whoa. Are you aware of the family member, now this must go back a bit, that suffered with tuberculosis, that they had a scarring? They got x-rayed for this, by the way, and the doctors of the day said that this, you've had, in your earlier life, a bit of tuberculosis, but you overcome it.
I mean, she had sort of brothers and sisters sort of thing.
Did she? Okay. Well, she's let me know, you know, that person's over there with her, love, okay? I know this is the first time she's ever tried this.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I also feel as if there's, now, she's saying something here. Have you made the statement at some time or other, just of recent, that you think that you've got some kind of ghost or something happening around your home? Unexplained things.
Doors that sort of shut and she's not shut them, doors that open, that she hasn't opened them, doors that have shut.
Yeah, well, she's given me the impression, okay, that family members have been coming over in visitation around and causing these things to happen. All right, she's saying it. So I feel she is linked to you, okay? Even though she's, you know. I also, something as a child, forgive me saying this, but don't forgive me, she's saying it. Will you recognise a tomboy, like a little tomboy?
I didn't like doubles.
Yeah, she's made me aware she's yours, okay? All right. And I know she's well pleased being here. And I know from what my guy's saying here, she's absolutely well pleased to be, and she's going to try and do this again. So she will come up. The next time she does it, she will be more equipped, and there'll be more clarity to it, okay? Oh, yes. She didn't like smoking either. She did not like smoking, so
We most don't.
is this what it was? She didn't like it. Yeah, this is right, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also, thank you, there's also a man over here that's in the world of spirit, I don't know what the association is, to the lovely man here, who was also a smoker. And she never said it cost him his life, but it didn't help with his health. Who was the man that used to smoke, and it didn't, I don't know whether he had a smoke-related condition with him before he passed.
I mean, her first husband was with him, he died in the war from cancer, so I don't know if he smoked or
He
not.
had the cancer, yeah, I just got the impression, it must be him who she's referring to here, okay? But anyway, that's just trying to give me these things. But please, just take a look. I know she's trying. It's her first attempt, and she will do it again if you come to something like this again, okay? All right? And there'll be more clarity to it. Because each time you try it, they cotton onto it, and they get the handle on it, okay?
Yeah,
And they can get whatever they want to say through, okay?
all right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, lovely work. Yes, thank you. Yes. That's good. Oh, there's another lovely spirit lady step forward here, and I'm just listening very, very strongly to her. She's just relating to this. I take it that the person she's come along to say hello to, wherever you are, you must have two of these gold items, maybe actually carried them, brought them here tonight. So, either in a purse or a bag. I think one of these items is a ring, very strongly sensing the ring. But there's something else that might not be a ring, but it's still belonging to the lady that's here with us. I've got to say, who's brought the two items belonging to a lady in spirit, please, on their person, in their bag, in their purse, in here tonight? Back here.
Got my hand ring on, but I've got two things in a bag as well, a necklace and a pendant.
Right, now this is another spirit lady, not your nana. Right, you've got those items.
Got the ring on and two items in the bag.
So they belong to your nana?
Yeah.
Okay. you aware of a lovely lady that's also resident in Spirit called Anne? Anne? It could be Anne or like Annie. Is this who I've got? Right.
My name, Annie.
Yes. Have you items belonging to Annie, please?
I had my nan's ring
Yes.
and 2 charm pendants.
This is it. Where are those items now, may I ask?
I took them for my daughter's wedding, for her to wear on wedding day.
Right.
When we got to the wedding, couldn't find them.
Well, they're not lost, love. I'll tell you this now. They are in your... You've got them, but you don't know where. Right. You've not moved home from this. They're in your home, love. Right. Now, what she'll do, she'll guide you to these items, because they belong to her. And she just said to my guide, they are not lost, and they are not stolen.
We've both been worried about where they are, because I've had them taken to the wedding on the wedding day, but I went to give them to her, I couldn't find them.
Yeah, okay. I feel very, very, not just strongly, her intention, okay, is that she will lead you to them. It's like by default. But she will get you to them, okay? They're not lost and they're not stolen. She make them tell my guide this, okay? To tell you. You'll get them back. Alright? She's laughing, she just said to my guide, she followed you in here tonight. And she didn't hear once you say, oh, my name comes. Did you?
I did, yeah.
Not all the time, but at certain times, do you ever get like a sensation tingling here and there, the hairline?
Yeah, I always feel her around me.
You know, and that's when you look around, it comes very close to you. She's doing this to you. That's your conscious link with her. Okay? Well, she does that. She knows your age, naturally, but it seems as if she's thrilled because as you're getting a little bit older, you've got a lot of her ways. It's another, she said, she's growing like me. Okay. Oh, she wants me to point something out. Even up to the time of her still here on the earth, in the physical body. Okay. She wasn't forgetful, was she?
No.
You are. See the difference? Okay. Bless. She's lovely. She's, did you know, like hymns? Because it seems to like she's humming a hymn to me. So that would tell me that your nana had strong faith.
Yeah.
Very strong. Well, she certainly believes in God. She hasn't been disappointed, okay? She's probably got more than what she even anticipated. Good soul. Good soul. Did she get called Annie?
Yeah.
She said to say these words to I don't know if she's talking about the feet, feet, or the legs. But before she passed, she had problems there.
Yeah, she had very bad legs.
Because she said, it's like as if she's got new legs now. And she's going to walk forever. Alright? God renews it all if you trust and you believe, okay? And the non-believers, when they go over, they still get healed of these things. But the boss makes it happen not too quickly. Just to say, okay then, you didn't believe, so we'll not renew those for a little while yet. But the eventuality we will. But they were done very quickly for Annie, because they have faith in their belief. Okay? You have got more power. Thank you, I will. You've got more power to make these conscious links with your family members and spirit, you know? Because you, lady, have got psychic ability. You're very intuitive. You know when you come into the company of people, your nana was like that, you know? Your nana had this intuition. You know who you like or you don't right away, don't you?
Yeah.
Always trust that gift within you, okay? It'll never get you wrong. Have you been asked to help a group of people where there's disabled, either children or adults, to help in some manner?
I kind of work, that's kind of my field of work.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because you make me aware that something's coming up where you're going to be asked to do something, okay? And your nana and they say, do it. You get a lot of inner satisfaction. And she'll be watching you and very proud of you. So she not only loves you, she's very proud of you as well. So that's a double love, isn't it? Oh, I'm not going to say that now. Say that way, Sam. Your dad, is he in spirit, please? Okay, it's your granddad, your dad's dad then. Did people in the family not quite understand your grandfather, your dad's dad? In other words, was he a grumpy?
Not saying, not my relationship with him. He had to get his sense of humour.
Because I do feel as the grandfather, and some people didn't quite get him at times. Okay, was he a reactionist? He'd say things to people and stand back and see what the reaction was.
Yeah.
When your grandfather, at the time when he did that to people, people would say, oh, shut up, you grumpy. Okay?
He's very much like after out Dad's army.
That's it, okay. Well, his energy is close by. Your nana's talking about him, okay? So he must come into the atmosphere as well. Right? I don't know why, let's go here. I'm not breaking off from this lovely lady. This lady's jumped the queue. I'll just briefly, hello ladies. I'm not breaking off from your love here, okay? I'm gonna, have you lovely ladies come in here this evening grieving, feeling in bereavement? I'll be coming back to you in a minute, okay? And he's laughing, she's saying these words. You can't afford it, can you? Is there something you can't afford that you want?
Nothing, I spend too much money.
It's this one it is. It's like she's trying to give you a little bit, not so much advice, but, you know, she's been watching you, okay? So I said, you can't afford it. Okay. But it's on your observance, okay? If she could, I'm sure she'd get all kinds of money to you if it was possible, okay? But I feel very strongly as if with that it's no use me saying she's asked or she hasn't asked. I know she's fully committed that she is following you out here. She came in with you, she's going back out with you, okay? So I feel you will, that greater sensing that you have, you'll know, very much so. But let's see how quickly she finds her jewellery for you. When you find it, and because she's guided you, if you come to one of these evenings again, come back with your jewellery, show it to the people, okay? I'll guarantee you on my name what she said, she will get them back for you. All right? I don't know how quickly. Could be any time. Could be tomorrow, I don't know. I hope so. Okay? But she's lovely, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely lady. Hi. I'll say it that way, shall I? Right. The person that you're still in, forgive me sake, of bereavement with, wouldn't that person who's gone over be joining their partner? It's not. Would this person be a young person? Okay, I've got a male. And this male, please, seems to be, I don't know why, I don't know, thinking about far off place. Would you understand why he's giving me that feeling? Is that he's thinking far off place. That means maybe he's thinking of another country. Possibly. He wouldn't have passed in his country of birth, would he?
Well, he did, but that's not far away.
I don't know what this means then when he's trying to transport me into. Okay, the person you've been, sorry, forgive me, that's my fault as well. The person you've been coming in here thinking about, has this person please been a male? And is this male please been passed over less than 6 months?
Yes.
And would I come back from the 6 months and land myself into the third month out of the 6? 3 months.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, the person that you're thinking about, has that person please only been over about 3 months? Because basically this man that's here shouldn't really be here. He should be in the restoration and sleep, and he's come here trying to get through. Bless him. Because your thoughts and your thinking, you're sending your thoughts out to him. And that sometimes can, because of the love, get them to reject the sleep state and then come right back alongside you. But what that does, it prevents them from getting to know the heavenly state in the time. Because he's trying to come here, it means when he goes back, he will have to then go through it again, where he's interrupted this sleep state. And what that means is, whatever he passed over with, okay, he's got to restore the spirit within him, the real self. And he can't do that unless he goes through the full sleep state of. He's interrupted his own sleep state, knowing that you will come here. There's no way at all he'd be able to communicate in a manner in which we'd understand it. I don't want to ask questions. You know, the lovely gentleman that's trying to make his energy felt here, would it be your father? Is it your dad? Your father. Sam said this cannot be changed. He's done it on his own violation. It's only because of his love, but he's got to come back. It's like start all over again at the sleep state because he's interrupted it. I'm sorry if that's been a disappointment to you, but I've got to tell you the truth. Your dad, he goes back to the world of spirit, to the sleep state. I'll guarantee you, it's going to be maybe 6, like I give the 6 month before. But we found out like 3 months or even less. That would be the period of time of the sleep state and restoration your dad has to undergo before he can come back into this atmosphere and attempt to do this. Right? If you didn't know that, I'm sorry, okay? So, if you want that conscious, fabulous link with your dad, just qualify the time and then come to something like this. Alright? I was hoping maybe someone else would step forward there. But it's his energy alone, and it's not the strongest, that's for certain. With some tonight's been a lot stronger than this, but it's not his fault. Okay? He can't really even show himself properly to me, let alone talk. And I've had to get the guidance from Sam what's actually happened with him, okay? Alright, but the moment I know, the moment he is ready, not only will he come to something like this, but he will visit you, he'll come to you. Maybe come to you first before you come to anything like this. Because it's the first things that they want to do. Alright? Did your father have connection with another country?
He travelled a lot.
Did he? Is this where I was? But it's like as if his thoughts that he's been, I feel, since he's been in the world, is if he's gone somewhere, maybe that he liked.
Well, we lived abroad, several different places.
Ah, okay. That's what that must mean. All right? But I told you, tried to explain to you what the system is, okay? So, you know, give him that opportunity, okay? And I would say, through my experience and what I've just been told by Sam, reminded me that from this period of time, if you calculate 6 months of our time or thereabouts, that's when you will start to get in your own home things happening to try and draw attention that your dad's been coming around. And if then you come to something like this, it doesn't have to be with me, the medium, it could be with any medium, your dad will make his way. All right? And it's that disappointing for him, sorry. That's the system, the way it is.
Yeah.
Pardon?
We got this before.
You built before he passed. Did he know?
No, I was hoping to find someone else actually.
Pardon?
I was hoping to meet someone else, as the option of someone else.
Oh, well, that's not us.
But this is obviously
This
taken over.
Yeah. Okay. As I've got no say in it. You know, what's happening at that moment, I've got to receive and do my best with it. If they're clear and, you know, they can get their voice played through, they show themselves, everything's hunky-dory. But it's not everyone at one given time like that. We have to learn this, what to do, okay? Okay, here we're in a physical life, we've got a voice box, we can talk, we've got a brain, we can think things out, we can have... Now, we're talking about, they're still the same people, but they are a pure spirit body, an ethereal body. So there's no voice box, there's no hearing like our physical ears, there's no sight like the normal sight. Everything is on an ethereal. So they've got to get used to living in the ethereal, which is beautiful to them anyway. But they've got to, when they come into our atmosphere, in order to produce and get a voice in through, in order to, you know, for us to see them, they've got to, there's an effort got to be put in. Now, everyone's the same. When they first try, everyone goes through the same thing. The intention is there, that's why he's come and broken his sleep state. Okay? But there's a sequence of events that have got to take place for all of us. I just thought I'd explain that to you. Okay? So give him his chance, and maybe next time you come to something like this, maybe that other person will tag along with him, okay? And you get a double whammy then. Alright. So don't, you know, be too despondent, will you? And also another key as well, from both of you. Keep on sending your thoughts over, because your thoughts are a living energy. And that living energy is like a telephone line to them. And they will listen to everything you say. That helps them as well. Okay? I do it every single day of my life, at some time or other. Where I'm sitting, where I am, I'm waiting, I'm travelling, I'm sitting in the dressing room, or I'm on a plane. I always do that all the time. I'm not quite sure, and I'm staring with the thoughts out too fast. So all that I remember, let them know I'm still thinking about them. Okay? I'm sorry from I've held on and held on. That's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, for the lovely lady. Where? Okay. I don't know whether it's this chap or this chap. Hello, gentlemen. Could even be this chap. First of all, who out of you three knows to the earth, he's still living in the physical life, Tony? Is it yourself? Yeah. You know Tony? What is he to you, sir?
He's grandson.
Yes. Give me his age, please.
He's 19.
He's 19. I've got a spirit gentleman who's come here and said to my guide, speak to the one and talk about Tony. Now, what I feel with this man here, please, he's your grandson?
Yes.
Who's the gentleman who had cancer before he went to the world of spirit? Cancer. I feel it's had something to do with the, okay, in this area of the body.
No.
No? Okay. Has Tony talked about leaving home?
Yes.
See, yeah, that's him. Right. You being his grandfather, have you tried to persuade him not to leave home, or has there been deep discussion on this?
We have talked about it.
Yes. And you feel it's okay for him to do this?
Yes.
I want to find out who the spirit man is. Street Tony, let's get his name as well, please, if you can, Sam. Yeah. So, your dad, is he now in spirit?
Yes.
Did he have a condition to him? If it wasn't cancer, like cancer?
I don't know.
You don't know
No.
about?
Well, we never spoke to him for 23 years, so I don't know.
Because that's who I feel like I got here. That would be Tony's great-grandfather's.
No.
Well, I'm going to let you know what his feelings are on this. He doesn't think it's such a good idea at this stage for Tony to believe in, okay?
No.
His words, my guy, the timing is all wrong. And his advice would be for Tony to hold back. Okay? And he's just visually, to my eyes, given me, we're now in the month of May, aren't we?
Yeah.
And he's looking towards the colder months later on in the year, leading up to the Christmas period.
Right.
And it's only from there on in that he would wish Tony for it to go clear, to be right, for Tony to go there.
Right.
That's his advice. Now he's got more vision than even you, sir. And I know you're a good granddad, you're a good supporting granddad, but he's got even more vision than you, because from that side of life they can see things that if they eventuate, and how they're going to eventuate, is it going to work out or is it not? And his feelings are, Tony would only be disappointed, I'm being told, if he's to move before that time.
Right.
Any time thereafter, then the time is right.
Right.
In actual fact, he's telling my guy, he's guiding Tony in his life at the moment.
Right.
Your father. He wants to do things, he wants to make up over things. Often his way. And they're like that over there, okay. In order to get their penance, to make their life even nicer, they do things for people in family that they were separated from, or they, for whatever reason, so they have to make up for it from that side in guidance. Okay? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Bless you. Yeah. Who's Steve? Stephen.
Don't know.
Does Tony never talk about it?
No.
Okay. Because he just says to my guy, Steve is going to be around. Steve's going to be around. So maybe ask Tony who
Right.
Stephen is. And something don't come out of that, okay?
Right.
Just what you're
No.
All right. Oh, it's ain't sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry. Say, have you been told by a doctor or medical person to follow something or do something,
Yes.
and you're not doing it?
No.
Yeah, I'll say thank you. Well, he seems to think, okay, because he knows a bit about this, that, you know, you're being a fool to yourself
Yeah.
by not following what the advice has been given.
Right.
So he advises you to listen to what the doctor said
Right.
and follow it. Now, I'm not going to inquire if that's your own personal things, okay? But I can tell you what the advice is here.
Right. Thank you.
And he's only wishing well for you,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
He's trying to make up his own way of getting the information. All right, that shows me he's taking note around the family, not just talking about Tony, but maybe, you know,
Yeah.
seeing how you're doing as well.
Right.
And he doesn't want any hiccups with you. His words, okay?
Right.
So, preventive medicine is better than none at all.
Right.
Do you understand what he's going on about?
Yeah, I do.
As long as you understand that. Okay?
Right. Thank you.
Is he happy? Oh, bless him. He's just said, I know he won't want me to follow him back, I just know it. So I won't come back.
I thought he was back already.
But anyway, that's what he said. I'm going to tell you what he said. Okay.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, a lovely gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lovely lady who just stepped in, but as she's come in with, to show me anyway, that she loved it, she absolutely adored it. And what she just did rather quickly, and you can do this, suddenly she was at, and she was set at the seat, and then she started playing piano. And I tell you, as I get those tunes, they were all in sequence. So she wasn't a top pianist, but this lady, please, I feel taught herself how to play the piano. Whether she played other than, I don't know, but she come back with that love of feeling as if she liked nothing better to go, I'll use the words I've just got, or I've just heard. She loved nothing better to go into a quiet room and sit and then play the tunes, you know, go up and down the ivory. And it's like I said, she's calling the room my parlour. I used to love going in my parlour and playing the piano. What I feel about this lady is there could be a granddaughter, grandson, something of the grand name that could be here. Is there someone who would have a grandmother that played the piano? Where? Yourself. Let's see, there's also a lady put her hand up there. Let's find out. So we work out on what we receive from the lady, okay? Is it the lady at the back, is it? Yes. Yes, I'll do that, thank you. The love, I wasn't sure at first, because she was only showing me the piano, but either ladies, you'll listen to this, I feel that this lovely lady that's with us, who would be maybe the grandmother to the person, that wouldn't have been the only instrument this little lady could play. I feel maybe, I'm not sure about the organ, but you know, I also feel as if there's like, I don't know, one of those, what's they call those?
An organ.
Was it organ?
There's an organ.
Neither? Well, it's got to be you, okay. Wasn't sure that there was an organ, you know, first. Okay.
There were bellows, so.
That was the bellows then, yeah, the organ, okay. All right. It's like me, not her, okay. Actually, so someone has come for you. And this lovely grandma, please, did she also undergo, in the lower parts of her body, problems with the legs towards the end?
Right towards the end, yeah.
Now, I know, and this would be granddaughter, I know that this lovely lady, even though the gentleman was not being overwhelmed, she will most definitely would make her way to you, okay? In other words, visit you at times. All right. It's very hard. Look, I'm getting this from her now, so I'm going to tell you. It's like you're saying, she understands your thoughts, your love, but you know, they do, like I said to you before, send them as much love and thoughts as possible. But it's like as if she relates to you only because it's so weird to have these feelings what you've got. That shows what a lovely human being you are. Is that she's wanting you not to be more relaxed. Okay? It's like as if you're on the go like a trooper. Do you understand?
Yeah.
She said she gets dizzy when she's visiting and you're like, oh, shh, do this, do this, shh. It's like, slow down. Okay. She's watching you. Okay? You're well loved. Everyone is. I'll say it, okay. Who is it that you know that's in Germany? Or got an attachment over there? Germany? Is it you?
Yeah, possibly.
What is that link there?
Well, our stepson's posted that the other day.
That's him. How old is he now? Are you aware of the young lady in his life?
Yeah.
What a bitch. Say it as you say it. Sorry, there's no children here, so I'm not offending children. That's, they make me say this the way they think. She's not for him.
Good.
She's going.
Good.
Not to spirits. You're going to get rid of her. Someone's just said, there's another voice, lying toe rag. Whoa. She's a manipulator. They've noticed when they've been visiting around him, okay? She thinks she's clever. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're watching her. So, does he love this person? Well, something has got to be made to happen for him to see clearly. And they've got a plan. Well, a plan for us. They see the person's not right for us. And they're going to, okay, for want of a better word, she'll be exposed for what she really is. You can't wait. Okay? And then he'll have to see. Now, the way they're talking in the background here is that they know he's got deep, profound feelings for her. And it might come as a little bit of a shock, okay? But be certain that this has got to happen, okay? For his own happiness, his own good. And they'll make sure he gets through it. And you will. Okay? Anyway, remember later on, because they're telling you anyway, they say, right from the horse's mouth, Carla will come along, okay? Always remember that name. Carla's right now, say. So watch for Carla later. Carla spelled with a C or a K? C. Carla. Just right. Maybe she'll be his future wife. Spirits are going to guide her to him. Okay? You know? Okay? It's not really a swear word, is it? Is it? I've never been able to fathom out what is a swear word and what isn't. Okay. She's following you back, love, okay? Alright? So she'll give you the evidence, she's there. Yes. This young lady's back here, is she? Sorry? Ah, not for long. Alright. Less than a month. She'll sort it. Be there for him then, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, lovely lady. Time she got up with us. I hope for those who actually got that loving connection that you savour it and think about it. Like I said before, it's very hard for them to come into the atmosphere in the first place. It's even harder to maintain their energy. And thirdly, even harder if they've not been over very long and they haven't learned the art of this. So put all those three together, the ones who did get through, okay, great for you. For the others, come to an evening like this again. Break down the averages, because they know that you're interested and you're still going to, they'll do something about it and they will eventually, maybe the next time, get it. Okay? I hope you've enjoyed it tonight. If you haven't, so only kidding, it's nice to see you. It's likely to enjoy. As Dale said before, I know that the world of spirit is a very happy place, and people who live in the world of spirit are very happy also. And when we first started talking about this, we were filming something, and for the first time I heard Pharrell Williams singing this song, and it just took me over, and I started dancing. Next to the whole dancing down the aisles. People put the cameras away. And I was so, it is, in my mind, a big thank you to them who've been in attendance. I can only ask you to join me. I mean, I'm a crap dancer. But if I'm a crap dancer and I try it, come on, some of you might be great dancers. So, let's go for a short while, get in the mood, show the spirit people that have been here tonight, we've been happy, and we'll bowl along. Like Dale said before, a lot of people across the world will see how happy you are. I think that's great. Could go viral.
And also as well, Derek, literally 95% of the audience are actually on my Facebook. If you're not for those 5%, I will find you and I will tag you. Without shutting down. But before we do that, guys, okay, after we do that, Derek will be around for photos and signings, so you're more than welcome to stay on and get that off Derek as well, okay? So,
I hope that was okay for you. Okay. Show on the road. Nice and loud. Remember, nice and loud.
oh yeah, no, it's all plugged in, it's all fine. So we'll have to, if you move
I'm going to do it on this one.
Oh, you're doing that?
What I think probably one of the easiest ways is when the music starts, me starts on the crap dancing. And I get down there, once in the season, just pick yourselves up and just fall through.
Right, the best way to do this, guys, I know you're eager to stand up, obviously, you can see the excitement on your face, is stand up and sit back down. Stay standing and turn around and face me. Now turn around and face the other.
really drunk without shutting down. Great, excellent guys. We'll give it, say, 5 minutes, okay? So if you need a cigarette, another drink, then go ahead. They'll be next door doing signs, so if you can all line up around about here, that'd be cool. Cheers guys, thank you. Oh, you've got to shoot there. I can see one here.